Hi guys, welcome to my craft room. Welcome to my first card tutorial video. A couple of things. I reached out to my people and my people delivered. I am now over 100 followers, so I can start the process of doing live tutorials, and I'm very excited about that, and I'm very nervous about that. It's kind of hard to see yourself on video and doing these things, so bear with me. Let's dig right into making a card. Okay, so I made this card. It was inspired by a card that Susan Campfield made. I did a little bit different. So this is just a card. It opens just a regular tent-fold card, I guess you would call it. But there's just a little surprise inside. So let's get started. So it doesn't take much to do simple cards. But some of the supplies that I am using, I'll share them with you. I am using the Painted Lavender Photopolymer stamp set. This one has matching dies. I'm also using this timeless arrangement. I'm just using a couple of sentiments from this one. I will be using this from the bottom of my heart, and thank you. I'm also going to be using a border die. So these are Stampin' Cut and embossed dies. They're metal dies that and I'm actually missing one. I'm not really sure where that went. But this is the one that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be cutting that off camera. So let me just move these out of the way. I'm also going to be using Night of Navy and Pool Party ink, the classic pads from Stampin' Up. I will be using the Night of Navy cardstock. I will be using the some Pool Party cardstock, some basic white cardstock, and this designer series paper that I can't remember the name of. Lighter Than Air. All right, so I already cut all of these pieces earlier, but I just wanted to show you how easy this is. So Stampin' Up! Has this cutter. Oh, that looks... Does that look okay on the screen? I hope so. Okay. So this paper trimmer has both a cutting blade and a scoring blade, which I'm absolutely in love with. I used to take my old paper trimmer and line it up and use my bone folder to go down the track to make my my score, but you don't have to with this. And I also, it has an arm that comes out that goes up to 17 inches. So my favorite. So to do this card, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line up the 8.5 inch edge at the top of my trimmer. There's an edge there that you can just slide it across so that you know you get it straight. So that's nice. So I'm going to line it right up with 4.5. And cut that. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to score it on the 11 inch side, I'm going to score it at 5.5 inches. So easy. And it gives you a nice, can you see that? Yeah, that score, nice score right there. And then you're just going to score that. Okay. So the other dimensions. Okay, so this is a 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5, and then for the white, I've got a piece that I cut, that's hard to see, sorry about that. I got a piece that I cut that's 5 1/4 by 4. And another piece that I cut that is 1 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then for my pool party, I cut, this piece is cut at 1 3/4 by 4. And the patterned paper, whatever pattern you want to use for this designer series paper, I cut this by, this is 3 1/4 by 4 inches. Okay. So I'm going to start, I just want to show you what this card, so this card folded this way, oops, sorry, is going to open like this. So I'm looking to do this edge and this edge. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm using it. This die right here is actually the one that I'm missing. So I'm just going to line this one up. This one's going to be beautiful. And I'm going to take a Post-it note, and I'm just going to kind of tack that down, so that'll keep that die in place. And then I'm going to come in here. I'm going to just put this on my die cutting machine. I'm just going to cut this off camera. There's not enough room on my desk right now for all of this. So I'm going to just, you'll hear popping. That's normal. Go back through. Come back in here so you can see. Take that off. And you get this beautiful edge here. So that's going to be that back edge from this card. And then I want to do it again here, but I want to turn it around and do it the other way. Actually, I think I'm going to, for this one, I think I'm going to do it the same way. I think I'm going to do it the same way. So I'm just going to come in here, and I'm just putting this, so you can see this one's here. I want to pull this one in some, because I want to be able to put, I'm going to do it a little bit more. So probably I'll put this in, yeah, just about 2 inches, I would say. Just about 2 inches is where I'm at with this. And I'm just making sure that I am lined up from side to side. Put that on there. Put that between my cutting plates, and I'm going to roll that through my die cutting machine again. Okay. Put that in here, and you will be able to see now when I take that off. And that die, now I have this really great edge there. So when my card closes, it's got this really nice, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see? Oh yeah, there you can see that. It's got that really beautiful stitching. So I'm going to do the same thing, just looking at my sample card. I'm going to do the same thing with the white piece that's going to go in the card, in the inside of the card. So I'm just going to take, and I'm just going to try to figure out roughly where I want it by lining it up here. I'm going to line it up to the inside of my card. I'm just going to line it up about there. Stick that Post-it note back on there. Run that through the die cutting machine. Now you don't have to do all of this. You can, you don't have to be fancy with a die cutting machine. You can take your scissors and cut a shape and just cut whatever shape you want. You can do that. So this is what I ended up with. So I've got this beautiful piece that I'm going to put in here. And it's going to give me that border here. And then when I close this, it's going to give me, oops, sorry. It's going to give me a nice place to put a little bit of a sentiment here. And I might even opt to put it out a little bit more so that more of that shows. And do that. Okay. So next, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. I'm just going to get my, just so that I can clean my stamps, I'll do that off.
Motion detected at the main entrance.
Well, I guess you guys heard this motion detected at my main entrance. So, I'm just, you know, I would edit that out, but I'm okay with it. Just gonna leave it there. So I'm just gonna open up my stamp, my ink pad, sorry. So to open up these ink pads, I love these ink pads, by the way. So you just open it and slide it. And then I'm just gonna take this from the bottom of my heart, just gently tap in there. Look, I like having my white background because I can see really good as if I got all of that or not. And I'm just going to come in here and right over on this edge, I am going to stamp that. Now, with my old rubber stamps, I was pretty heavy-handed with it. With the photopolymer stamps, you really can't be. You just have to nice and light. Don't get too heavy. Don't get too heavy-handed on that. So now I can see what that will look like when I close it there. And then I'm going to come in with my thank you. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to tap, tap, tap in there. I'm going to look. Now I got a little bit on the wood block. I'm not worried about that because that is not going to touch my card. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to line that up. I hope I have it straight. Don't want to get my head in the camera. So I'm just going to line that up, just a gentle, and I get this nice thank you from the bottom of my heart. So, because I like to be fancy on the inside also, I am going to take I'm going to take my pool party ink pad, and I'm going to take a couple of these butterflies from the Painted Lavender set, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to come in here, just tap, 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 easy, and I'm just looking, and I'm just going to come in here and put a couple of butterflies right there. Cute. Cute. And then I am going to glue that to the inside. You can use whatever adhesive you like. I like this multi-purpose glue. You want to make sure that you don't get too heavy with this one either. You don't want it globby. I get to the edges, and then I just spin a little bit in the center there. I'll pick this up. I'm just going to line that up in here where I thought that would look good. And give that just a little, give it just a minute to set up. I'll close my ink pad just for the minute so that I don't ink myself up. So with this card, because the die that I used had, and I'll show you with one of the others, the die that I'm using right now doesn't have stitching on both sides. So like this one right here. This one has, you can see it, the little cutting blade is in the center and there's stitching on both sides. So when I cut this edge here, I got this beautiful edge here on the part that I was just going to discard. I'm not going to discard it if I can use it. Unfortunately, the one that I picked, this one, the cutting blade is up here. The scalloped edge is the cutting blade, and then the stitching is only on one side. So because of that, I am going to make myself one of those little pieces to put in there because I can't find that die. So I'm just going to put it right here. Put my little Post-it note on there, and I'm going to roll that through my die cutting machine. Bring that back over. You can see this now. I have this piece that has this, yeah, can you see that stitching? I'm trying to, yeah, stitching. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this, and where that stitching is, I want that stitching to show. So I'm just going to line that up, and I'm really just kind of eyeballing it, lining it up with where I think, I mean, right now it looks like, I mean, it's probably at the 3/4, looks like it's about a 3/4 inch mark, and I'm just going to cut that so that I have this piece right here that I can just use for my insert. So what I did with that on this card was I just took it, added a little bit of glue on each end here, and I stuck it down. And you can stick it any way you want, but I'm just going to stick it right here. Give that multi-purpose glue just a second to set. And now if you look, I'll just use this right here. If you look, now you have that nice pocket where you can put a gift card. Okay, let's do the front. So with the front, I don't like the way that is sticking out. So I'm just going to trim that a little bit there. You can, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. It's just sticking out a little bit, and I don't like that. So I'm just going to trim that off with my paper snips. All good. All right, so this designer series paper is going to go here, but obviously I don't want it to cover up my beautiful edge. So I'm just going to line it up. I'm going to come in here and figure out where do I want that edge. And I'm doing the same thing, just repeating myself over and over. And I'm going to run this. Oops, that shifted on me. Now I can see, I know it's hard for you guys to see on the camera. I don't know if I can get in there at all. I'm just lining up. You can see, let me put that, oh, there, you can see that now. I'm lining up this edge here. So I'm looking at how much space I have here. And I'm doing the same thing on the other side. And with this die, I'm just counting the scallops. There's 4 scallops to the edge. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 scallops to the edge. So that looks like it's going to be good to me. So we'll just do that. Put them gently and roll this one through the die cutting machine. Now we have this. I don't know if you guys can see this. Again, with that stitching, that really nice detail there. And then I'm just going to take my multi-purpose glue. Again, oh, this, I love that side of the paper too. And I'm just going to put my multi-purpose glue on there. And I'm going to just put that in place. like that. Let that set. Now that's nice just the way it is. I mean, you wouldn't even have to do any more, but I'm fancy. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to use this. And I'm going to use, I think, this one right here. So I want to use the, I don't know if you, not doing very good staying on camera. I want to use just the bottom of this stem because I want to use this bouquet, but I don't need all of this stuff up in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my bouquet first. And I'm just doing, just tap, 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 tap in there. Look how beautiful. You can see that that is nice coverage. I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to stamp just light pressure, but consistent pressure on that. That is beautiful. And then I'm going to come over here with this one. And I'm just going to ink up part of it. I'm just going to, that's all I want. I just want up to that point right there. Can you see that? So I'm going to come in here now. I'm just going to turn this way so I can see it a little bit better. And I'm just going to come in and just line it up and do that. Nice even pressure. And voila! Now, I want to put some pool party butterflies on this front. So again, just tap, 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 and come in here and just put some butterflies down here. You can put one up here. You can put one over there. Okay. So this now, I just want to make sure I don't want to get that on my card. Now I'm going to just mount this onto this, flip this over, do my green glue, my multi-purpose glue, and I'm going to line this up. So I'm going to line this up on, I'm really just kind of 3 sides, making sure it's even side to side. And by doing that, I'm going to get even up on this top edge also. And so just give it a little press. Oh, I got ink on me. Oh, Lord. I knew I would. I'm gonna flip it over and I'm just gonna rub the back, but I'm gonna rub it with tissue. I've got a little bit of ink on that. Just a couple little smudges, but maybe we'll put some embellishments on that. Hide it. Then I'm just going to take this one, put my green glue on, and I'm going to just now line this up here. And I'm lining this up even top to bottom with that designer series paper. I'm letting a little bit of the designer series paper show on this side and a little on this side. I'm just going to give that a smush. Smush. I'll close up these ink pads so I don't get any more ink on me. I probably have it on my face and everything else by now. So I am just now going to come in with these marvelous things, these embellishments. These are called the rainbow adhesive backed dots, and they are in some beautiful colors. So they are in, does it say what colors they're on? It doesn't, but this one right here is the pool party. That's the one I'm after because, you know, I got ink. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up one of these, and I'm going to put this big one down here. Oh, Lord. put this big one right here. Then I'm going to grab a little one. I'm going to cover up a little, that crazy. And I'm just going to grab another little one. And I'm just going to put this one over here. And that is your card. So you can slip in a gift card here and give it to somebody. You can just put another little note in there, little note card in there. You can do whatever. This gives you plenty of room for writing if you want to write on there. This will close. Fits in a standard envelope. That's it. That's the card. Let me see if I can. It's beautiful. Simple, easy, quick. Nothing to it. Not a lot of supplies needed to make a card like that. And there's the other one. You can see that. So let me know what you think. See if I can flip back to me now. I can go ahead and say goodbye, and I hope that, sorry, pardon my hand. Hope that you liked the video. I hope you liked the card. It's really simple, but it's handmade, and it's something that people love getting. And yeah, I would love to get them. I would love to get this card. I would love to get this. So let me know in the comments what you think about the video. What you think about the card. All right. Bye.